I'm Yarker, a psychologist who's been working with Professor Nielsen and Hannah Evans here at Sheffield Management School. We've been developing a framework to support people back into work following a period of sickness absence due to mental ill health. And our IGLOO framework looks at the supports and the resources people need at the individual, the group, the leader and the organisational level. And we can see that we've made such great strides in mental health within the workplace in terms of promoting and trying to protect people from suffering mental ill health. But what we're not so great at doing is supporting people to get back into work and then staying at work in the long term. And our work really focuses on that. And with 57% of absence due to mental ill health, and the fact that we know that the longer somebody's off work, the less likely they are to find it easy to get back into work, we really need to do more to help those first few weeks and months of the return to be easier and more supportive. So our interviews with line managers who have been supporting people that have returned and also employees who have recently returned have shown that there are a number of really quick and easy things that we can put in place to ensure that that return is both successful and the employee can maintain their productivity throughout their working days. So at the individual level, what we need to do is make sure that we can support the employee in maintaining boundaries between work and home and separating their work time from their leisure time. We also know that structure is really important. So is there a clear structure in terms of the tasks and the time allocation throughout that day so that things can be accomplishable and ticked off? At the group level, we know that colleagues are a great source of support, and having feedback from a colleague when you've done something well and recognising that success can really help to improve the feeling of the day and give motivation for the next day. We also know that a colleague stepping in is really helpful. So if something is difficult or challenging, having support from a colleague can really help make the difference to that task being accomplishable. At the line manager level, we know that line managers are absolutely pivotal in providing support, and where a line manager is able to be available and make themselves really open to having a conversation with the employee, that can make all the difference. And it can also help them then access some of the policies and processes that might be available to them. We also know that the line manager can help the employee structure their work and maintain that balance between work and home by managing their workload. At the organisational level, we really want to see employers having compassionate absence management systems where we have a fair management process, but one that's put in place in a way that is able to deal with people with fluctuating illnesses, and therefore it's not punitive to people who perhaps may need another day of absence just to restore their health to then come back and be productive the day after. We also need to make sure that those policies around flexible working and work adjustments are really, really clear, but also accessible and put into practice. And that flexibility may be formal flexibility, perhaps an afternoon off for a particular appointment, but it may also be ad hoc flexibility so that the employee can, perhaps if they're feeling overwhelmed, they can just say, I really need to take this afternoon off because I'm not feeling great. Can I make it up later in the week? And all these resources together are absolutely vital, alongside having workplace counselling that can help perhaps inform and support the employee in having those difficult conversations about what they might need. And together we can see that the IGLOO framework, rather than the employee relying on themselves to get through that return, it really helps to ensure that they're not on their own and they can draw from all of those different levels of resources to help them get back to work and stay back to work for the long term. If you'd like to find out more, please see our report and also some guidance that we've developed to support organisations in putting this into place.